finalizing this pattern, you need your measuring tape, your ruler, your pair of scissors, your pen or marker. Then you also need the measurement you will use. So the measurement I have here, the shoulder is 16. I'm going to add ½ inch to it for the sewing allowance or for joining the shoulders. Then the bust is 38. I will add 1½ for sewing allowance. The waist is 34. I'm going to add 2½ from the 2½. 1 inch will be for holding the dart, and the remaining 1½ for the allowance. Then the hips is 43. I'm going to add 1½ inch. The full length is 40. At the bottom I will add 1½, while at the top I will add ½ inch for the shoulder. So let's get started. Remember, you have to determine your bust point, your half length or your waistline, then your hip area or your hip line. The shoulder, like I said, the shoulder is 16. The shoulder is 16, so I'm adding ½ inch, which will make it 16½. That's 8½. And the bust point is 9 inches. That's from the shoulder to the nipple. And the bust is 38, which is 9½ inches. So I said I will add 1½ inch for sewing allowance. Then the waistline, from shoulder to the waistline is 16. And the waist circumference is 34. Divided by 4 is 8½. So I said I'm going to add 2½ inches. At the bust is 38 inches. 38 inches divided by 4 will give you 9½. That's how I got here. Then from the shoulder to the hip area is 24 inches, and the hip circumference is 43. 43 divided by 4 will give you 10¾ I said I'm going to add 1½ for the sewing allowance. Then when you come to the bottom here, because it's a straight gown, a straight short gown, what I will do, I will just take the hip measurement without adding any sewing allowance to it. Okay. Then to get your armhole, you divide your shoulder by 2. The shoulder is 16. Plus the half that I added makes 8.5. Because shoulder part you divide into 2, while the bust, the waist, and the hip you divide by 4. But only the shoulder you divide by 2. So 16 divided by 2 is 8. Then plus the ½ inch. So the armhole now would be, you will bring the 8.5 down here. And with your ruler, you draw a straight line. Okay. So to shape your armhole, you take half of the armhole to be 4.25. And you would come inside by ½ inch to shape it. And at this angle, you take 3/4. Then you shape it. So now we come to the neck part. The neck, I'm going to take 3.5. The neck, it depends on how wide you want it to be. 3.5 will be 7. So at finish, it's going to be 8 because I'll use ½ inch to turn the neck. And the depth of the neck is going to be 5 inches. So it depends on what type of neck you want to make. This one I'm going to make it U neck. So the next thing is to determine your dart, and your dart is the measurement of your nipple to nipple. My nipple to nipple is 8 inches divided by 2 will give me 4 inches. So I will mark my 4 here at the waistline. Then the length of the dart, placing your tip on the waistline, I'll take 4.5 upwards and 4.5 downwards. I'll draw a straight line to join them together. So remember I said I added 2 inches and a half to the waist measurement, and 1 inch is going to be for the dart. So in holding the dart, I'll take ½ inch from both sides, like this. Then I will draw a line. Then at the shoulder, I'm going to slant the shoulder. That I left this line so that I will use this line to slant the shoulder, because the shoulder is not just straight. So the front pattern is ready. What I'm going to do, I'm going to place this one on another paper to cut out the back. The difference between the back and the front is going to be the zip allowance. The zip allowance and the armhole. The armhole of the front is deeper than the armhole of the back. I already drew out the lines to save time. So I will use the marker just to make them bold. Okay. So I'm going to transfer or trace out the back, just placing it like this. Remember that for the front, we removed ½ inch. I'll mark out the zip allowance, which is 1.5. So for the back, I will take the depth of the neck 1.5 inches, which is here. Hope you can see it. Let me use then another thing. Okay, this waistline, for it not to puff at the back, I'm going to remove ½ inch. So that the zip will be more, the zip will be flat at the back. And from here, I will remove half also. But I'll make sure it is the same 1.5 inches. Okay. Then I'll transfer the dart also. So for the back, I'm going to extend the dart by 1.5. Okay. Because you don't have breast at your back. So this is the front. And this is the back. Remember the 1/2 inch that I removed from here to shape it. So our pattern is ready. So with this pattern, if I want to make a blouse, I can just take the length of the blouse. For instance, if the length of the blouse is maybe 23, I will just take it from here. Okay guys, so this is the pattern for the dress that we have drafted. So in my next video, I'm going to use this pattern to make a dress that you will see. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, old and new subscribers.